Welcome to our African Voice, the African Connect news channel, where truth meets tradition and real stories rise. We are a proud community of everyday people living right here on the continent, bringing you news, culture, and commentary that reflect Africa as we see it, live it, and love it. Disclaimer: this video is for educational and informational purposes only. We do not promote violence, hate speech, or discrimination of any kind. Our goal is to inform, uplift, and share African news from an African perspective.
It is home to terrorists who take advantage of conditions in Africa to grow and export their ideology. ISIS controls their global network from Somalia. It is where the Chinese Communist Party actively works to change the international rules-based order.
Decisions are being made about Africa, without Africa. On June 4, 2025, the U.S. announced that Air Force Lieutenant General Dagvin Anderson has been nominated to take over AFRICOM, the U.S. military command for Africa. It sounds like news. But for many Africans and African Americans, it's a reminder of how the West keeps playing chess on a board that isn't theirs. AFRICOM has bases across Africa, carries out drone strikes, special operations, and so-called counterterrorism missions. But how many African voices are in those rooms? How many African governments were consulted before that nomination was made? Europe and the US host summits, think tanks, and press briefings about Africa, while African voices are excluded or tokenized. Many Africans are asking, why is America still managing African security? Why is it acceptable for Western powers to appoint commanders over African land? And African Americans are asking, why are our tax dollars funding military operations overseas in countries that never asked for this kind of help? General Michael Langley, the outgoing AFRICOM commander, has visited the continent many times. Now, they plan to replace him with another outsider, Dagvin Anderson. No African representation. No African consent. Just the same cycle, new general, new flag, same playbook. Meanwhile, African nations like Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger are building their own military alliances, their own currency, and their own future without the West. And that's the real issue. The more Africa stands up, the more the West leans in uninvited. Africans aren't asking for domination, they are demanding dignity. And if the West keeps talking about Africa without Africa, then maybe it's time Africa stops listening. For many Africans, General Langley's presence may have looked different, but the policy stayed the same. Now, in 2025, the baton is passing to Lieutenant General Dagvin Anderson, a veteran of special operations and irregular warfare. A man trained not to build, but to dominate. Anderson isn't new to Africa. He oversaw special ops missions and played a lead role in counter-terror campaigns across the Sahel. His track record: precision strikes, drone operations, and training African forces under a US playbook. To the Pentagon, this is business as usual. To the African people, it's another chapter in a long story of outside powers managing African soil without African consent. The message is clear: the West wants control, not collaboration. Whether it's a black general or a career operator, the mission hasn't changed. Africans and African Americans alike are waking up. We see the patterns. We hear the silence in those so-called strategic meetings. And we will no longer accept decisions made about us. This isn't partnership. This is control. And it's time we call it what it is. Thank you for watching. Be sure to click the like button and subscribe. But please, leave a comment below. We would love to hear your point of view on this subject. Should Africa bow down to the West and let them have free reign on the continent, or it is time for Africa to stand united and demand change and to be left alone?
Thank you for watching the African Connect news channel. Subscribe to the channel for more uncensored African news, history, and truth. Like this video, and share it, because Africa's story must be told by us.